Okay, are we live? I'm 2 minutes late. I apologize. You know that is my big pet peeve. So I'm sorry. Let me know when you're here. Let me get the chat going here and say hey. Let me know if you're new and let me know that you can hear me. And let's see. I think I've got everything working tonight. You can tell I needed a couple of last week was the first week. Oh, Diana checking me already. I was wondering where you were because she knows I don't like to be late. I want to be on time. So, Ricardo, will you please? Oh, here's my phone. Never mind. I found it. I have some notes on my phone, so I wanted to make sure that was close by. Hi, Joanne. Let's see who all's here. And so I have some notes because I've been doing some research. Not a lot. I'm not an expert, but I wanted to share. I have to tell you, these came out. I didn't watch Tim's what do you call it? His not his preview, but the day he introduced them. He always does a live and he does things and he really talks about it. And I highly encourage you, if you need to know about anything distress and anything Tim releases, always watch his introductions. I don't know why that word wouldn't come to me. I'm old. Sorry. Always watch his introductions because he gives so much information and knowledge. And if I had just listened to it, I would have gone out and bought these right away. But a couple weeks ago, I went to a craft retreat in Georgia with a new to me store in Georgia. It's actually a brick and mortar, and it's not just brick and mortar. It is the most gorgeous store and setting. I couldn't imagine being Melanie, the store owner, and getting to go to work every day in that gorgeous store. It has the most beautiful location. It's in Helen, Georgia, and absolutely, hands down, the most gorgeous craft store I've ever seen. They have a beautiful workspace, teacher space, education space, and hi, Bonnie, you made it. And it's connected to their foundation, which of course struck a chord in my heart. It is called the Kilman Foundation. They have an art gallery connected to the craft store. And I actually donated my affiliate money from several months. I actually had not donated since last fall. And what I always say is I kind of collect it because, I don't make a whole lot. And I kind of wait until God tells me where I need to go and where I should donate. And I was just thinking, boy, I probably need to make a donation, but nothing was calling to me. And then I went to the retreat and I learned about Melanie and her husband Roger's foundation called the Kilman Foundation. And it's a beautiful long story about why they started this foundation. But basically, they give educational scholarships to children of first responders and veterans. I hope I remember it correctly, but that's basically the gist of it. Children of veterans and first responders. And so as a former teacher, and as you know, our big charity we always have for the Nashville Craft Retreat is Canines for Warriors. So the veterans mean a lot to us. And so I just saw Diana's comment, and of course now I'm going to get all teary-eyed. So anyway, long story, I had saved up a lot of affiliate money and we donated $1,600 to the Kilman Foundation. I sent that check off last week to them. So when I receive a letter, I always share that. And to show you that I actually am doing what I say I'm going to do. I walk the walk and talk the talk. So anyway, fantastic store. So I went to Melanie, let's get back to this, and she had the new Distress Spritz. And I have to tell you, the supplies list is linked there in the comments. And I would be I would be promoting Melanie's store and I'd tell you to go buy these there, but I checked before I did my supplies list and there she's out of stock. When she is back in stock with everything, I will put that link on my link deli in the supplies list. And by all means, you know, I think we should go support the brick and mortar stores every chance we can. But I knew y'all might want to go shopping, so I did link to scrapbook.com and Simon Says Stamp, and so they have them in stock. I will say the full bundle is not in stock, I don't think, at scrapbook.com, but they are having a sale. So the individual sprays are on sale, and the only one they don't have is this one, the fossilized amber, and you're going to know why in a minute. But Simon Says Stamp, I believe they have the bundle and the individual ones in stock. So before we get to that, let me show you real fast. I've started doing this and I kind of like it. Here's what's been going on and what I've been doing in the craft room the last week. Picket Fence Studios has a new release, as you know, and they have a little bit of Halloween and they have a little bit of holiday and Christmas stuff. So I have a new video on my YouTube and on Picket Fence, and I created these tags with the new Santa and Mrs. Claus nibbles. Don't ask me why they call them nibbles. I don't know. They remind me of Weeble Wobbles. And this beautiful new poinsettia stamp set Kelly Taylor designed. And you know, if you know me, I love poinsettias at the holiday. So I made these really pretty little tags. So you can go check that out. That's on my supplies list if you're interested. I created this really pretty card using the new, I think it's called Bountiful Bouquet. Crafty Meraki has a new release this week, I think on Monday. She's having a daily 20% off sale, so you might want to check those out. But I created this card and I love it. It's so cute. And when you open it up, let's see. You know, I always use my repositionable tape to keep my cards closed. Look, her foiled sentiments in there. So I love that one. Hi, Sue Bushman. Hi, Sky. Everybody who's on Facebook, if you would go to YouTube and watch me on YouTube, I would really appreciate it. You know, I'm trying to get the watch hours up. And so we've got a long way to go. So I love it when y'all join on YouTube. Not that you can't watch on Facebook too, but I really appreciate the views on YouTube. I need those watch hours. So there's that. And then finally, and I haven't gotten any of these on my blog yet, this is for Spellbinders. It's part of their new collection, and I honestly don't remember the name of it. I don't know if you can see, but I embossed that postage stamp oval die cut. Isn't that pretty? And I also embossed the green background. So I thought isn't that so pretty? Love those. So I have been busy in the craft room finally. And actually, if you saw my craft room behind me, it's a disaster. Like, if things don't fall down around me, I'll be shocked. Let me take a drink. Hi, Catherine Adams. So I went to, let's get to this. I went to Melanie's retreat. It was a fantastic retreat. We had so much fun. And she was selling these, and they had them out. And I went to her and I said, I don't think I need those. And she said, yes, you do. Wait a minute, I'll put my face on just so you can see. And you can see, look at what a disaster it is back here. So I told Melanie, I said, I don't think I need those. Why do I need the Distress Spritz? I already have the micas. I think I have all the mica. You can't see them now because, okay, hey, you see my face. I'm here. I think I have all the mica stains, but I'm like, I have all the micas. I think I have most of the Distress spray stains. But if I have the micas, I don't need the Spritz. And she said, yes, you do. And I said, no, I don't. I said, convince me. She said, okay. And she did. So I bought all 12. These are the original. Hi, Donna. It is Everyday Expressions. Thanks so much for joining us. If you go to YouTube, and I appreciate you going to YouTube and asking, it's Everyday Expressions. And you should see my picture on there. You can even type maybe Everyday Expressions Aaron Thompson and see if it pops up. Can someone put the link to my YouTube for Donna? I appreciate that. So anyway, Tim already has the mica stains, and I thought, so I don't need the spritzes. And Melanie convinced me very quickly as to why I need to. So here's what I cut some cardstock, and I have to tell you, we're going to try some new cardstock too. Mixed media paper. I love my Bristol Strathmore Smooth. I watched Tiffany Solario this week. She really likes this. Came in at like #2 favorite for her. This is from scrapbook.com, a new mixed media paper they have in white and black. Tiffany really liked it. So Tiffany Solario convinced me. I had already gotten some from Cody. They sent me this. Had not used it yet, so I pulled it out. We're going to use it tonight because Tiffany Solario says it's fantastic. So we're going to use it. And I have to say, it's very sturdy. I think it's probably thicker than Bristol Strathmore Smooth. And it is just like Bristol Strathmore Smooth. It's a mixed media paper. So it should take a lot of abuse with water and all of the mixed water-based dye ink things that we like to use. Thank you, Diana. There it is. My YouTube channel. And so she just linked the live, but it will take you to my channel too. The channel is just everyday expressions, but sometimes, of course, since I'm not very big, it doesn't come right up. Okay. So anyway, I thought we would pull those out, and the black is very thick too, like very thick. So let's look at it. It's 400 GSMs. And this is what it looks like when you go to scrapbook.com, and it's all linked in my supplies. And by the way, this is a heartfelt. I'm going to put my face on here. I just told you that I donated $1,600 to the Kilman Foundation, which, I always try to research, and I met Melanie and Roger. They told me the backstory. I went to the gallery. I read all the stuff. So I think it is a very good cause. And I would not be able to do that except for all of you that when you go shopping, you click my affiliate links. And from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate that. And as you know, unless you're new, I donate when you click a link. It's no cost to you. Companies give us a little bit of a tip for using products. I will tell you, I purchased the Distress Spritz from Melanie. She did not give me anything. I purchased everything. And, I also only use products that I really like. And I want to share because I think you might be interested in them too. Even if a company gives me something, if I don't like it, I will not use it. So I just want you to know that. But I also want you to know when I purchase supplies myself. So $1,600 you all donated to the Kilman Foundation, and I really appreciate it. Affiliate sales have kind of been down, and there are a lot of reasons for that, and the economy is one for sure. But if you're going to shop and you take the time to click my affiliate links, I really, really appreciate it. And so I just wanted to take a second to thank you all for that, because I didn't donate. I mean, you and I both donated $1,600. That was for almost a whole year of savings. So like I said, I'm not saving the world with my affiliate money, but I believe in Rich and I both, my husband and I, believe in paying it forward because we feel very blessed. There have been times in our lives that things have been rough, but now things are very good and we feel blessed, and we believe in paying it forward in any way that we can. So thank you from my family, for helping us to do what we can to support important causes. So, okay, back to this. So I purchased these because Melanie convinced me that yes, I did need them. So let's get into why. Oh, good. Donna found us. Yay. Hi, Melissa Baskin. So here's how Melanie convinced me that I needed these. And I bought them. She literally spritzed like 1 or 2 things. And I said, okay, I need that. And then I started watching Tim Holtz video about these, his introduction to them today. So I have some notes on my phone. So I give you the correct information. So let me pull that up, because I like to share the information about things. Okay. Here's the basic introduction. And I always encourage you to go watch Tim Holtz too. But he called these a pearlescent pigment in a clear liquid. Okay, a pearlescent pigment in a clear liquid. And the clear liquid is the important point, and it's pearl. Okay, here's how they are different than the mica stains. The mica stains, let me look at this, is a color of ink plus a color of pearl pigment. So when you spray this, you're going to get the spray ink plus the pigment, the pearl pigment. This is just a pearl pigment in a clear, excuse me, in a clear liquid. So they are different. Also, these I do not believe match a specific color in the Distress line. They obviously coordinate well, but these coordinate exactly with a color in the Distress line. So this would coordinate with peacock feathers. There is a purple one in the 12 that were released that coordinates with wilted violet. Obviously it is a match to wilted violet. It can coordinate with other purples in the Distress line, but this one is just a general purple one. It's called Hocus Pocus, and it is in a colored liquid. The Spritz is in a clear liquid. Here's what else you need to know that's really cool, and I learned this from watching Tim's video. These will not interfere with your Distress inked background, and I believe that means it would translate to any water-based dye ink background. It will not change it. So you know, if you use a Distress ink and you've created the background and it reacts with water, all that stuff, when you use this spritz over top of it, it will not reactivate as if it's water. It will just put a beautiful spritz over your background. Do you get that? We'll demo it in a second. But those are some very basics. He created this not to replace these, but to coordinate, to work with all of your Distress inks and add a spritz, a pearlescent sheen to the top of it without reacting to it. Does that make sense? Ooh, Donna has me on 60. That might be kind of scary, Donna, on your 65-inch TV. Okay, so you got that? So let me show you, okay? I already have some are still in the plastic and some are not. So let's move these aside and let me get my splat box, because you know me and I'm going to make a mess. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So this is, let's just spray on white cardstock. And let's demo with, that one's not open yet. Let's demo with Uncharted Mariner, one of my favorite Tim Holtz colors. Okay, so we have our mixed media paper. It has pigment in it, and you can see it. These were laying on their sides, so you can't see it as much, but if it were standing up, the pigment powder would rest in the bottom. So you need to shake it up. Now, I'm not sure with these. Tim often suggests shaking this way, so that it doesn't fly out the top or anything like that. It even has a different spray nozzle than other sprays because he wanted it to literally splatter a little bit. So if you give it, supposedly, we're going to try this. If you give it one spray, it's going to splatter. If you spray more than once, 2 or 3 times, you'll get the splatters, but also more of a sheen. So that's the point of it. It gives you a pearlescent sheen. Okay, are you ready? This one's Uncharted Mariner. So let's do it once and see what we get. Hi, Flora. Okay, ready? Oh, let me prime it. Okay, ready? 1. Okay, so we got some splatter and we got some other, we got splatter, right? Now let's spray it a little bit more, maybe off to the side, and see what we get in more of a solid. There we go. More of a solid off to the top. Okay. And I'm going to dry it. Oh, another thing I got from Melanie, I went shopping, y'all. Like, I spent a lot of money, but you know, she specializes in Tim Holtz products, ideology, paper, stamps, dyes, you know, everything. All of the inks. Tim Holtz is her jam. They're very much into mixed media. And so I went nuts buying all my Tim Holtz stuff there because, you know, deep in my heart, I'm kind of a mixed media girl. So I got my new Ranger heat gun because my other one had died, and I kind of went crazy. Okay, getting this dried. Okay, not totally dry, but almost, and I want you to see this. There we go. Let's just dry it all the way. You know, these heat guns are fantastic. I love mine. Joanne, it's called Scrappy Shack in Helen, Georgia, and love them. They are fantastic people. They have big hearts, and she does not have any of the Spritz in stock now. I checked. They're out of stock. Okay, look at this. Are you ready? Can you see that? Look. Ooh. See it? So it's more solid, obviously, the more you spray, because what's happening is it is not ink. It's just spraying more of the pigment out, okay? So that's why it looks more solid. But this is, you know, it's more made to splatter. But what you don't realize is there's the clear liquid spraying out too. What you see is the pigment powder, okay? So now let me show you a mica stain, and hopefully this will represent the difference. I'm not sure. We'll have to try different colors. When I try some different colors, you'll really see what I mean. Okay, so another piece of paper. Let's shake these up. I know, Melissa, isn't it gorgeous? Oh, seriously. I'm all about the sparkly shine. Okay, here we go. This is the Juniper Berry mica stain, okay? Prime it. Now, when I spray this, what you're going to see is, hopefully you'll see the difference. Let's dry it now. Once again, the difference is that the mica is a colored liquid with colored pigment in it, okay? So that's the difference. And remember, this is just a colored juniper berry that is not exactly the same as a certain color, okay, in the distress line. So let me get this dried, and hopefully you'll understand what I'm trying to say. But I'll do another demo and you'll get it. And go watch Tim's video because he explains everything really, really well, and he gives more examples of things. So this is not totally dry, and this is super shiny, okay? Let's see. I don't know if I can get the shimmer on there. It is pigmented pearl, right? But it's in a colored liquid. So you get you get a little bit more of the splotchiness and the colored background. More of a solid, right? The Spritz is made to coordinate with distress colors. And like I said, it will not activate your backgrounds. Okay. So, and I'll show that to you in a second. So might not be the best example. You can't really see it. Let me show you. I'm looking for something. Let's do this. I have some of my, and I have not tried this, so we're going to see how it goes. This is my Adventures in Wonderland paper in my Etsy store, by the way. Oh, let me tell you this before I forget. Okay, let me tell you this before I forget. I am running a giveaway on Instagram right now. I'm so glad I remembered to tell you this. to promote my Etsy store. I now have updated all of my paper packs are in the Etsy store. The Pretty Adventures in Wonderland. Oh, you can't see it because my Pretty Adventures in Wonderland is in the store. The Sweet Dreams, the really pretty pink Nutcracker holiday paper pack is in there. The, I believe it's called Winter Wonderland, kind of Critters in the Woods paper is in there. And almost all of my custom mixes and like some beautiful things in there. So small and large sizes, it's all in there and updated. So I am running a giveaway that I'm going to give away all 3 of my paper packs, the coordinating stickers or cut apart sheets, whatever, my foiled party sentiments that I demoed last week, and I think some of the coordinating mixes that go with them, or some mixes. Big giveaway worth probably, let me think, each paper pack is 10, 20, 30, then that's about 40, probably at least worth $60 or more of things from my Etsy store. So if you go to Instagram, look on my last post on Everyday Expressions, you have to follow me, you have to like the post, and tag as many of your friends as you can to be entered into the giveaway. You also are entered if you subscribe to my YouTube page as a new subscriber. Make sure you leave me a comment on a video somewhere and I will get the message and tell me you're a new subscriber. And that's an extra way to join. Obviously, I'm trying to get more Instagram followers and definitely more YouTube followers. Please share videos with your friends. I'd really like to get that viewership up. And I'm giving away this big giveaway. So also in the Etsy store, 20% off until I believe Monday at midnight. 20% off your order. You have to use the code IG2024. Okay, that's the code. And if you spend more than $35, you get free shipping. So lots of stuff going on there. So I'm glad I remembered, and I'm glad we're using this pretty paper. So here's what I want you to see. Are you ready? Thank you, Florida. I know, I'm so excited. Here's what I want you to see. This is what Melanie demoed, fossilized amber. Now remember, it's sold out in a lot of places. I think Simon Says has it. Okay, so that's what the pigment looks like when it's resting. So let's get this shaken up. Here's my paper. I have not tried this, but Tim says it works on a lot of other papers and things, so I'm hoping it'll work. Okay, this is really good. So my paper has a really pretty matte finish to it, just a very slight sheen. See that? Okay, now we're going to shake this up. Are you ready? This is the fossilized amber, and this is what Melanie sprayed, and I said sold, and I bought it all. Okay, ready? Okay, I sprayed several spritzes kind of all around, right? Let's dry it. I like that it gives a few splatters, but wait until I pick this up. And I'll see if I can find an original that I haven't sprayed yet. Let's get this dry. I don't want to burn the paper. These heat guns get hot, so don't burn your paper. Take it away, then take it back. Okay, take it away. The magic cutting mat. Oh, the cutting mat for your die machine is out as a magnetic mat, so I bought 2. Oh, they've released it. Yes, Bonnie said that. Bonnie, thank you for telling me that. I need to add that to the supplies list. Yes, scrapbook.com has a new magnetic magic mat, and I saw that, and I was thinking how cool that is, because I have a magnetic mat for my Empress, but any other machine, I would definitely be buying that. Can you see it? Look, it added a beautiful gold shimmer to the paper plus some of those splatters. That's where the pigment is more concentrated. And then, hi, Lisa. But then look, see, because it's clear, it just put a beautiful sheen. Look at the paper right there. You don't really see it much, but then look, when you turn it, it can turn any cardstock into a shimmer paper. Now, I want to make sure this is dry before I run my finger over it, but also Tim says it does not rub off with your finger. Now, obviously, if it's not dry, it's going to smear. So I want to make sure. But I mean, I just don't even know if that does it justice, because in person, it's so pretty. Okay, let's see. Oh, I did get a little bit rub off. So it might also be the sheen in my paper. Okay, so, but it did not change the look on my paper at all. Maybe I had some on my fingers. Nope, it's rubbing off just a little bit. Oh, and it did rub off on my paper. So I don't know if I have it dry, but we'll need to play with that a little bit more. He said it would not rub off, but he can't guarantee what sheens are on papers and, you know, how everything, you know, what sheens and how everything is produced. So I would just make sure it's even more dry, and we'll have to test that again later. Okay. Obviously when you create something, you're not messing around with it a lot. So I wouldn't worry that much about it. But it's good to know, right? And you can kind of see where I kind of rubbed it with my finger. There's still sheen there. Okay, so we'll have to try that again later. Let's sit it aside to dry. Let me see if I have another one that we can compare. So you can see, yes. Here's the original. Ooh, so pretty. I love that. But then look at the difference. You have the sheen. And that might not be for everybody. But for me, I love a great pearl sheen. And you could even do this on the white cardstock. You could create your own pearlized cardstock, right? As a background. You could think how pretty it would be to run it through with an embossing folder. Really, really pretty. So there's the original. And then there's the one that we spritzed. That's the beauty of the fossilized amber for sure. Okay. So there's that one. Let me show you. I thought, let's do this. So we have a spice marmalade, and then I have a spice marmalade spray stain. Let's see how this works. Let's get another piece of cardstock here. Okay. So let's spray it with regular spray stain. Okay. Okay, I'm going to put that there. Now we're going to smush it around and do all the things. Let's dry it. Let's create a background. Okay, so this is just spray stain. Obviously, it's a colored dye ink, right? We know that about spray stains. Let me get another color just to make a pretty kind of background. Let's see. I took a lot of my spray stains with me to Georgia. So I still have them in this fantastic carrier that I got. I will link this on Amazon. They're fantastic. So let's do some twisted citron and squeeze lemonade and twisted citron. Okay. There's that. Let's do twisted citron. Make a good fall pumpkin-y kind of background, right? I do too, Laura. I don't pull them out to use them enough, but I do. I love them. You know, we can do a lot of this with the ink pads and ink smush, but it's so much more fun with the sprays. I just think you just never know what you're going to get, and I love how they move and how they play. I should have sprayed it a little bit. Watch Tiffany Solario if you need a really good mixed media artist. She does some cool stuff. Let's spray this a little bit. Get this spot to move. I think she has a new kind of course coming out. She's really good. Okay. You have to be patient when you're creating your backgrounds. Remember, wet on dry layers, wet on wet mixes. So keep that in mind. So I always like to dry in between. Not all the way, but quite a bit. Now let's spray, let's do a little bit more green since we didn't get a whole lot in there. And now move it with some water. Now remember, green and orange is going to kind of move a little bit, and it will mix as it, because the spray stains will reactivate. We've got a little bit of green overspray in the yellow and the orange, and that's okay. Now let me get a paper towel and let's do a little bit of spritzing and lifting. I have my sprayer. I like to give it a little easy spritz so you get the bigger droplets and then a little bit heavier spray. I'm going to take this out of here because it's going to reactivate all that color that's underneath. Now lift it up. And now let's dry this. I try not to leave it flat on my craft mat because, like I said, this heat gun gets really hot and it'll eventually go down if it warps my mat, but I try not to leave things, and you have to be careful. Your paper will definitely, you'll start to smell it. It gets so hot. Okay, so here's this fun background. Now let's get our splat box back. And dry it just a little bit. Let's put this in here. Now, let's see. Let's spray some of I have spiced marmalade. And remember, that was the orange that we used. So we're going to shake it up, get all the pigment moving. Remember, the spritz is in a clear liquid with pigmented powder and designed to match the spiced marmalade that we used as the orange. So we're going to see how it goes over the other colors too, and see if we think it interacts with the other colors. It will change the green and the yellow, but it's just going to give it a layer over top, right? So here we go. Okay. I gave it a firmer pump to get more of the sheen and not as much spritzing. If you give it an easier pump, that's when you get a little bit of the bigger splatters. Okay. Now let's dry it. So you can see it doesn't look like it changed it a whole lot, right? Hi, Sue. How are you? A fall pumpkin die cut out. Yes, wouldn't it? Believe it or not, I don't have a lot of pumpkins. I'm not a huge pumpkin fan. I don't have a lot. So I just need one good one, right? Some cute ones. Okay, so let's get this dry. Okay, are you ready? So here's what it looks like. When you're just looking at it, it doesn't look like it changed at all. But then look. Ooh, see how pretty? So it did. It did not completely cover up our colors. It just gave it some splatter where you have the pigment more concentrated. Well, that's where we lifted ink. So you can see it did not cover those water splotches. It just added some pigment here and there. You see? Didn't change. It changed our yellow just a little bit, but more of a sheen than changing anything. Look at the green. Isn't that so pretty? And it did not change. Tim's right. It did not it did not react with our water-based dye background that we already created. Okay? And a leaf would be so pretty. Oh my gosh, fall leaves. Yes. Yes. You guys are absolutely correct. So see that? Now let's do one. I should have created two at the same time. I wasn't thinking. Let's do another one and let's see if we've got a mica stain and how that changes it. You know, see if it does it all. Let's do the exact same thing. Spice marmalade, squeezed lemonade, twisted citron. Let's add some more squeezed lemonade in the middle. And now we're going to add some water and get it to move. Okay. I know this is not for the faint of heart. Look how pretty when it moves. Ooh, I dig that. Okay. Let's heat this and get it to dry. Let me dab off some of this gunk down here and up here. These colors are pretty. The leaf idea for sure. I like that. Now I love me some beautiful leaf die cuts for sure. And don't get me wrong, I like pumpkins too. Let's spray some more ink. Is it hot where y'all are? Today it was toasty. Like it's been over 100 degrees. Let's get some water. It has been downright toasty here. 104, 105. It's crazy right now. And I saw on the news that it definitely has moved across to the East Coast and even up north where like Sue is. But Washington, D.C. was supposed to be over 100 degrees. It's crazy. So we've been inside a lot. I've needed to weed my flower beds. That's not happening. Okay, let's get some water spritz on here. Put some in my fingers so we get the bigger droplets. Let it sit there a second. Let's lift it. Dry it again. Now, if I really wanted to make a fantastic background, you all know I would spritz some on my desk and I would flip it over and pat it so we get more of the splattery look, but we're trying to move along quickly here. So I didn't have dinner and I'm hungry. So now, okay, we've got that mostly dry. Let's now spray it with, I don't know if I have an orange mica stain. but I have this yellow one, and I don't know if this is going to demo it. Flickering candle. It's kind of a warm yellow, but I don't have an orange one. I kind of wish I did, because that would be more of a comparison, but we'll see how this compares. Maybe we'll do half of it with the Spritz and half of it with the mica and see if we can tell a difference. Okay. Diana said she went out just for a little. Oh, only 70s in the Connecticut. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's do, this is the flickering candle. Let's spray this on one side, and let's do the spice marmalade on the other. I tried to do it the same amount. We'll see. Same number of sprays. Okay, I can already tell before we've got it dry that this definitely made more of a solid layer. I don't know if you can tell how it kind of covered up the green a little bit. And this one did not. There's some places it's a little bit more concentrated, but it did not kind of cover it. Let's see if we pick it up and we can tell. So down here, yes, this is more transparent, and I don't know how well you can see it, but I can see it. This part down here is definitely more transparent where I sprayed the Spritz. This part up here, see it? It really covered it in a thicker coat. Can you see how it almost covered up the green? So that is definitely, you might not be able to see it completely, but I can see it in person. Much more of a solid coat here, and definitely more of just that transparent kind of shimmer effect. And I do have some on my finger. Let's see. Not much. Oh, I take that back. Now that, it did not rub off. That was already on my finger. Maybe just a little bit came off. Very little. So Tim was right on that one. Can you see the difference? I hope you can. When it was, I wouldn't let them stay out, and Dodger and Peanut Butter were not happy. I know. Oh, in the 70s. That's awesome. Yeah, my dogs, Oscar goes outside in the sun and it's like kryptonite. He just literally falls over, and he, you know, he's black mostly. So it's like his fur just soaks up that heat, and he literally just falls over and he just melts into the ground. So they haven't really wanted to stay out a whole lot. So there you go. I hope you can see that one. And then see, look at how it stayed more true to color on the one that just had the Spritz. Seriously, really pretty. And that's what sold me. And so it was good that I watched Tim today. And let me see on my notes. Now let me see real fast and see what else. He said the more you spray it, obviously the more coverage you're going to get, because you're going to have more of those pigments covering it. So if you just give a couple of light spritzes, that's going to give you that light, pretty, just shimmery, pearlescent effect. He said, think of it as a top coat. So that's a good way to look at it. It dries quickly. And you know what he also pointed out, remember, your distress inks and your spray stains are dyes. Okay. And the oxide is he called it a dye pigment fusion. Kind of, I always think of it as a hybrid ink, somewhere between a pigment and a dye ink. And then the watercolor pencils are pigments. And so these were designed to work over all that. And he even demoed with paint and said it worked on that over top of the paint. And you would not think that it would adhere to that. So one other little project I wanted to try was, I got these little, the little bottle trees and from Melanie, and I'm definitely going to ink some for my sitting room at Christmas time. I'm trying to turn the camera. Hold on. I decorate that in like mint and pink at Christmas time and like the pastel-y colors. So I think I'm going to do a rainbow of these in those colors to coordinate in that room. It should be really pretty. So, but I thought we'd try these for Halloween. So let's start with spiced marmalade. Now remember, we're not going to use the spritz first because I want it to be a solid color. So I'm going to use my spray stains. And I'm going to start not with carved pumpkin because I want to do an ombre effect, and let's see if this will work. This is kind of a non-card making thing tonight, right? So I'm going to put a piece of paper because I have so much ink down on there and I don't want my tree to pick up any color. So let's just spray stain it, and it's definitely, look how pretty. It's going to color it a lot. Gabe should be coming home soon. He had marching band. Oh, y'all, I don't know if you know, Gabe got COVID the last week of Drum Corps International during finals week. He still performed. He never missed a beat. He was in quarantine, but all of his friends were in quarantine too, so he wasn't mad. They all got to room together. So this was spiced marmalade. So and that was like end of July, beginning of August. And had COVID, has had the cough. We went to the doctor last week. They thought maybe it was turning into bronchitis, and I'm going to spray this base too. And they gave him a Z-Pack, you know, because you can't, there's not really a test for bronchitis, I don't think. So they gave him a Z-Pack, and his cough got worse. And now he was complaining that he had pain in his chest. So we took him to get an x-ray. Sure enough, found out today, now it's turned into pneumonia. So the poor kid, he hasn't missed a beat. He went back to school when he got back from DCI and took one day off to sleep. And there he is coming through the door and, you know, jumped right into high school marching band and didn't miss a beat. And he has pneumonia. So he's had walking pneumonia. He's been going to school, but he complained that his chest was hurting. So I'm spraying quite a bit because I don't know if you can see, I want the ombre effect. So I want it to be really saturated on the bottom. And I might spray some yellow at the top. I know it is. It's been really bad. So he's had the cough and now it's turned into walking pneumonia. So he's getting a new antibiotic, one more for pneumonia. And I mean, like, you know, it showed up in his lungs. And I'm spraying some yellow to kind of maybe dilute this, or maybe I'll spray some water on it because I want it to be much more noticeable that it's lighter. You know what I mean? So I'm actually going to, you know, water removes watercolor. And let's see if that, yes, that lightened it. Look how pretty. That looks really pretty. Spray some more water. And then we will use our paper towel. So yes, thank you. Say a prayer for Gabe. Oh, there's Ricardo looking at me, waving at me. I think he's hungry too. He's like, come on, wrap this up. So look how pretty my ombre orange Halloween tree is. I love it. I know, Bonnie, don't tell him that because he already, you know, he missed the first 6 days of school because of, let's spray this with the fossilized amber and just give it just a pearl sheen. He missed the first 6 days of school. It was approved. We got it all approved before knowing that he would be in Indianapolis for DCI finals. And so he missed 6 days. So we really don't want him to miss any more school days. And he's okay. And I don't think he has as much marching band this weekend. So he'll be able to rest. Okay, I'm spraying, and here's the other, oh, this is the other thing that Tim said that I really liked. They designed this, no, Joanne, look, just come on, get inky with it. I really like that Tim says this. The price point of these spritzes is $3.99, whereas the Distress stains and things are a little bit of a higher price point. The reason he really fought to make sure this was a lower price point was because he wants you to use it and use it with everything. So it is consumable. You need to know that. If you use it a lot, you're going to need to buy more. But the nice thing is it's on sale right now at scrapbook.com. Use it because it's not nearly as expensive as all of your other stuff. Okay. So, and Tim really fought for all of us for that, so that we would use it and we wouldn't want to save it, right? Okay, let's see if I can dry my tree because it's kind of dripping on me. But look how pretty. So I have all of, it would be pretty to add some grit paste to it and do some glitter to make it look like snow. You might not really be able to see the sparkly pearlescence of this, but I love the ombre effect, and I'm glad I did it because I think it'd be really cute in like some Halloween displays. Don't melt your tree. I don't know what it's made of, but we need to be careful and keep moving it. Can you see the ombre effect? How cute is it? I know, Diana. Oh, well. We're artists, right? Nobody would believe us when we go out in public if we weren't inky and, had ink on us, right? Okay, look how pretty he is. I'm not sure I can really see the pearlescence with this, but it's really pretty. I know it does, maybe that's how the pearlescence showing, because it kind of looks like it's glowing. And I love the ombre effect. Isn't it cute? Really cute. I love it. So I can do a little display on my dining room table with those, and I think it'd be pretty. There's also a green. The green is for peeled paint, and that would look really cool on a tree. So anyway, there we go. What do y'all think? I thought it'd be fun to do a demo, a little bit something different. It's a demo truly comparing and what I learned and why I right away needed to buy these. Melanie convinced me very easily. And I just thought I'd share too. Okay. Anybody have any questions? Let me know what your oh, I do see the pearl now. When I turn it, you can see it does look like it's glowing. Ooh, that's so pretty. Think about adding the little baubles, the little glass balls. You can color those with alcohol ink and even the pearl alcohol ink and put those on here. So cute. I'm so excited to get all my fall decorations out. Are y'all excited? I am too. I even have a new Instagram page just for decorating and maybe recipes and stuff like that. Don't go looking for it because I don't have anything on it yet, but I'm going to start with all my fall decorations because I love to decorate for fall. And I have a lot of ideas going on. So I'll let you guys know when I have that going. Look how cute he is. I love it. Anything else? Thanks so much for joining me. Let's see. Next Thursday, I will be live again. And Diana and I are going to the Altenew retreat in 2 weeks from tonight, but I will be live next week. So there's so much going on and I'm pretty excited. Okay. So thanks everybody for joining me. Don't forget the links are in the description, and don't forget to like and share and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And also that everything's on sale for 20% off in the store, Etsy store, and there's free shipping at $35. And I have the big giveaway going on. Okay, so you have to share it with, tag friends, lots of friends, leave a comment, follow it, follow my YouTube, all kinds of things. Okay, everybody, thanks so much for joining me. It always warms my heart that you take time out of your Thursday evening to craft along and see what I have going on. So I appreciate you, and I'll see y'all next week. Bye, everybody.